Everybody was making fun of the poor cleaner until she found a photo and met the owner. The orphanage, which was situated in a village amongst the hills, served as the starting point for Sarah's torment. The orphanage was a house with creaky floors and hallways that echoed. Sarah's life was like a symphony of loneliness. Since her parents had left her, the thought of them always followed her, especially when she saw other kids finding comfort in the love of a family. Sarah's time in the home was marked by a strong desire for the love she had never known. The other kids became friends, made up families, and told each other stories. Sarah, on the other hand, knew every day that she was alone in a world that didn't seem to care about her quiet cries. The sound of the floors creaking echoed the beat of her grief, and the long shadows in the hallway became the silent witness to her pain. It was a place where hopes for a family were born and then broken like glass. Sarah wanted the warm embrace of her mother and the safety of her father, but all she found was the cold hug of the orphanage's walls. On the day Sarah turned 18, she left the home, ready to make her own way. As she learned to deal with the harsh facts of adulthood, she was stuck in a cycle of odd jobs that paid very little. An old customer named Mr. Johnson told her how hard she had worked in a diner. Sarah told him, "Life's been a bit of a storm lately." "The storms will pass, sweetheart. You have the spirit to get through them," he told her. In these kinds of situations, Sarah found hope. The city, which was both amazing and scary, was met with an inner fire that wouldn't go away. In a small shop, Sarah talked to Maria, who also worked there. Maria said, "You have this determination about you. That's great. How do you keep going?" she said. "The hope that things will get better." In a world that wanted to keep Sarah on unstable ground, each low-level job was a moving stone. The trip was hard, but every moment they spent together added to the story of a strong girl who found her place in the big city. Among the relentless struggle, a beacon of hope flickered on the horizon when Sarah decided to apply for a cleaning position at the prestigious law corporation. The aroma of a polished floor wafting through the air and the meticulous shine of shoes that adorned the hallways seemed to resonate with her in a way that felt almost unexpected. It was as if destiny had knocked on her door, offering a chance at life she had only dared to dream of. The promise of a steady income and the appeal of a stable future ignited a spark of inspiration within her that had long been dimmed by the harshness of her past. The interview, a surreal experience in a room decorated with leather-bound books and elegant furnishings, felt like a dream for Sarah. The contrast between her humble origins and the luxury of the law corporation was stark, but it only fueled her determination. When the job offer came, it was more than a mere employment opportunity. It was a validation of her worth, a glimmer of light breaking through the darkness of her past. With the acceptance letter clutched in her hand, Sarah stepped into the world of corporate offices, leaving behind the familiar tools of her cleaning trade for a newfound sense of purpose. Little did she know that the seemingly ordinary job would become a gateway to an extraordinary, life-changing journey. However, the corporate world, with its gleaming surfaces and polished facades, proved to be a landscape fraught with challenges. Eric, the operations manager, emerged as the face of hardship in Sarah's daily life. His words, sharp as daggers, pierced through the air, and his actions, deliberate and demeaning, threatened to shatter the fragile foundation of her newfound sense of belonging. In the luxurious office spaces, where potential and opportunity hung in the air, Sarah found herself thrust into a battleground. It was here that she not only fought for her livelihood, but also for the dignity that had been denied her for so long. Eric's taunts and insults, similar to a relentless rainstorm, wanted to eat into the foundation she had thoroughly built. Yet, Sarah, with a spirit unbroken by the hardships of her past, stood resilient against the storm as the sun dipped below the city skyline and the office spaces emptied of the daytime hustle. Sarah found solace in the quiet moments of determination. The very echoes that once symbolized loneliness became a testament to her strength. She polished the office desks with a sense of purpose and vacuumed the plush carpets. All that while envisioning a future where her resilience would not only be acknowledged but celebrated. The cruel remarks of Eric, though hurtful, became the background noise against the symphony of her unwavering resolve. During the course of a typical day, Sarah was carefully going about her routine of cleaning the office when fate took an unexpected turn. The bristles of her duster stirred up a cloud of dust, which caused it to reveal a photograph that had been tucked away in a drawer that had been neglected for a long time. There was a man whose features bore an uncanny resemblance to the one and only image she had of her father. Layers of neglect ultimately resulted in the appearance of a face that was strangely familiar to her. Within the hushed environments of the office, the photograph transformed into a silent storyteller, imparting secrets that had been kept hidden for a considerable amount of time. When Sarah looked at the picture, she was filled with a mixture of exhilaration and anxiety. She was trapped in a moment that was suspended between the ordinary and the remarkable. It was possible that this was nothing more than a coincidence, or maybe fate was weaving a complicated web of events in her life, a secret that had the capacity to rewrite Sarah's history and was now being kept hidden in the sterile environment of legal proceedings and business activities. Carefully comparing the newly discovered photo with the beloved image of someone who looks like her father, Sarah's heart raced with anticipation. The realization struck her like a thunderbolt. The man captured in the office photograph could indeed be her father. The contours of his face, etched by the passage of time, mirrored the image she had held dear for years. Fueled by hope and a burning desire to unearth the truth, Sarah embarked on a quest that would lead her into the depths of her own history. Late nights turned into hours spent poring over faded family albums, each page revealing fragments of a narrative waiting to be unraveled. Sarah meticulously compared the details, seeking connections that exceeded the boundaries of time. The office, once a realm of difficult routine, transformed into its sanctuary of revelation and self-discovery. The floor beneath her seemed to echo the footsteps of a past yearning to be unveiled. The journey to her roots had just begun, and Sarah, fueled by a newfound sense of purpose, stood ready to face the revelations that awaited her. Each photograph, each hidden detail, became a stepping stone in her quest for truth, a truth that would reshape the narrative of her existence. With determination burning in her chest, Sarah made the courageous decision to take a leap of faith. Securing a loan to fund her quest for answers, she boarded a plane for Berlin, the city where the man in the discovered photo managed another office. As the plane touched down on foreign soil, Sarah felt a surge of both excitement and nervousness coursing through her veins. The streets of Berlin, steeped in history and resonating with echoes of the past, became the atmospheric backdrop of her quest for a familial connection. Standing outside of the opposing glass walls of the office, she stood up at the towering building, her heart pounding with anticipation. The wait proved antagonizing, each passing second stretching like an eternity. Sarah, with her gaze fixed on the entrance, yearned for a reunion that held the potential to rewrite the very fabric of her destiny. The city, with its captivating blend of old-world charm and modernity, became the stage for a pivotal chapter in Sarah's life. Among the hustle and bustle of Berlin, Sarah's anticipation grew. The rhythm of the city, a symphony of unfamiliar sounds, heightened the suspense to her wait. Finally, as the glass doors of the office parted, revealing a figure stepping into the daylight, Sarah's heart skipped a beat. The cityscape, with its rich tapestry of history, bore witness to the unfolding drama of a daughter on a quest to reclaim her past. The bustling city of Berlin provided a dramatic setting to the pivotal moment that unfolded outside the Law Corporation's office. Jim, the man in the photo that bore an uncanny resemblance to Sarah's father, stepped into the fading daylight. His features etched with the wariness of a man who had weathered the storms of life. Sarah, her heart pounding with a mix of anticipation and anxiety, approached Jim cautiously. "Jim, is that you?" she whispered, her voice carrying the weight of years spent in uncertainty. Confusion danced in Jim's eyes, caught off guard by the unexpected encounter. "And who are you?" he asked, a hint of recognition flickering beneath the layers of skepticism. "I think I am your daughter," Sarah replied, her voice steadier this time, a declaration that hung in the air like a delicate promise. The words, heavy with the weight of truth long concealed, seemed to reverberate through the space between them. The air thickened with emotion as Jim, still processing the revelation, felt an inexplicable surge in his chest. Sarah's hesitant declaration unleashed emotion that had long been kept within his heart. In that moment, the years of searching, the endless nights haunted by the spectre of loss, collided with an unexpected presence of the daughter he thought he had lost forever. Overwhelmed by the rush of emotions, Jim opened his arms wide, and without a word, Sarah stepped into the embrace she had long desired for. The tears that streamed down Jim's face were not just tears of sorrow, but tears of gratitude, of a profound connection rediscovered against all odds. Father and daughter, once separated by the cruel twists of fate, clung to each other as if afraid that the moment might slip through their fingers. Like a fleeting dream, the bustling city around them seemed to fade into the background, replaced by the cocoon of emotions enveloping Jim and Sarah. The echoes of the metropolis were drowned out by the shared heartbeat of a father and daughter, reunited after years of separation. The world, with its relentless pace and indifferent facade, the moment stood still as the two souls, bound by blood and a tremendous history, found solace in the tearful embrace that bridged the chasm of a lost time. In a quiet corner of a Berlin cafe, Sarah and Jim pursued refuge for the wave of emotions that accompanied their reunion. The atmosphere was changed with anticipation as Jim began to unfold the tale of deceit and heartbreak that had haunted him for years. He spoke of a love lost to the clutches of alcohol abuse, of false accusations that tore his family apart in a courtroom where justice seemed elusive. The mother, a phantom that disappeared into the shadows, left Jim in a relentless pursuit across oceans, searching for a daughter whose name had been changed to Sarah, a daughter who had been erased from his life. The cafe became the setting to a story that transcended the boundaries of time. As Jim told the painful chapters of his past, Sarah listened with a mix of empathy and sorrow. The truth, long buried beneath the layers of deception, unfolded like a map, leading them to the missing pieces of their lives. The streets of Berlin, outside the cafe window, bore witness to a reunion that had been a lifetime in the making. Sarah, now aware of the tangled web of her family's history, felt a surge of compassion for the father who had tirelessly searched for her, even as the world turned its back on their existence. As the truth spilled forth, Sarah's heart became a fountain of emotions, anger, sadness, and surprisingly, a newfound understanding. The mother, a shadowy figure that had haunted her childhood memories, now became a pivotal character in a story of betrayal and resilience. Jim, his voice burdened with the weight of years spent searching, spoke of the legal battles that seemed hard, the dead-end trails in Argentina, and the constant ache of a heart that yearned for a daughter that had been stolen from him. In those moments, Sarah glimpsed the depths of her father's love. As the night unfolded, Sarah and Jim found comfort in the shared understanding. The bond they forged, through shared pain and the courage to confront their history, became the foundation upon which they would rebuild their fractured family. The journey, far from over, now took a new turn. Together, they would navigate the maze of emotions and challenges that awaited them, armed with the strength that comes from rediscovering lost connections and embracing the truth that had long eluded them. In that cozy corner of the Berlin cafe, The weight of Jim's words hung heavy in the air. Sarah, with furrowed brow and a heart heavy with empathy, absorbed the significance of her father's years-long search. Jim's voice, laced with the pain of countless nights spent in sleepless pursuit, upset as he spoke. "Argentina," he began, his eyes clouded with memories. "I traveled across oceans and continents, chased shadows and false leads. Every corner of that vast land seemed to swallow my hope." As Sarah listened, the horror of Jim's journey unfolded like a novel. He spoke of dusty archives in forgotten towns, interviews with people whose faces blurred into a mosaic of faces, and the endless road trips through landscapes that mirrored the twists and turns of his quests. Each word was a testament to the father's unwavering determination to reunite with the family that had been torn from him. "The betrayal," Jim sighed, "came like a storm after the court ruling. Your mother vanished with you, changing your name to Bianca. It was as if both of you were swallowed by the vastness of Argentina, and no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't find a trace." Sarah's eyes filled with tears as she imagined her father traversing foreign lands, haunted by the spectre of a family that remained just out of reach. Echoes of her mother's deceit and the changing of her name echoed through the cafe, painting a picture of loss and longing that spanned continents. Back in the United States, Jim and Sarah found themselves in the familiar headquarters of the Law Corporation, a place that had become the epicenter of their reunion. Brimming with joy, Jim resolved to repair the injustices of the past. The corridors, witnesses to Sarah's past struggles, now echoed with the father's determination to seek justice for his daughter. Within those hollowed halls, Eric and those responsible for making Sarah's journey difficult faced the consequences of their actions. Jim's stern voice reverberated through the meeting rooms and offices, demanding accountability for the mistreatment Sarah endured. It was a moment of reckoning. Poetic justice unfolded as Sarah, once the scorned cleaner, witnessed her father standing tall against those who had tried to break her spirit. Sarah felt a surge of empowerment. The title of operations manager, once met with contempt, now symbolized her newfound strength. Untangled from the webs of her past, Sarah stepped into the role with grace, poised to steer the ship of her destiny. Under Sarah's capable leadership, the company flourished. Formerly skeptical colleagues, who had underestimated the quiet cleaner, now bore witness to a remarkable transformation. The lonely echoes of Sarah's past were replaced by the vibrant hum of a workplace thriving under the dedication and tenacity. The once intimidating office desks, symbols of corporate hierarchy, became the workstations where ideas blossomed under Sarah's guidance. The polished shoes that had once walked over Sarah's efforts now tread respectfully alongside her. The woman, once labeled the lonely cleaner, navigated the intricacies of corporate dynamics with a grace that left her colleagues in awe. In meetings and boardrooms, Sarah's voice resonated with authority. Her decisions, born from resilience and experience, earned her the respect of those who had initially doubted her capabilities. The girl, once abandoned, had carved a secure place for herself in the professional realm, leaving an indelible mark on the corporate landscape. Jim and Sarah teamed up to repair the wounds of their past. Within the office walls, their interactions transformed into a dance of familial understanding, marked by unspoken gestures and shared glances that conveyed more than words ever could. Jim, a man who had chosen solitude over remarriage, discovered comfort in the comforting presence of his long-lost daughter. In the quiet moments after the hustle of the workday, father and daughter would exchange stories. Their laughter echoed through the now empty hallways. The professional environment, once a battleground, had transformed into a sanctuary of familial bonds. Jim, his eyes sparkling with fond memories, would often reminisce about Sarah's childhood, weaving anecdotes that bridged the gaps left by years of separation. As Sarah navigated the challenges inherent to her professional role, Jim emerged as a steadfast pillar of support. Their dialogues, a seamless blend of fatherly wisdom and professional acumen, served as a guiding light in Sarah's journey. The once abandoned girl, now a woman of influence within the corporate realm, found joy and fulfillment in the unexpected blossoming of love in the unlikeliest of places. Each exchanged story became a thread weaving their shared story, a tapestry of connection that grew stronger with each passing day. Together, Jim and Sarah faced the scars left by years of separation. Through laughter and tears, they constructed a foundation of understanding and love. The painful memories of the past gradually faded, replaced by the comforting warmth of a family reunited. In the soft glow of the evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, father and daughter would take leisurely strolls through the city. Their dialogues, a blend of shared stories and contemplative silences, echoed through the parks and alleyways, a symphony of healing that drowned out the remnants of sorrow clinging to their past. The healing journey, defined by shared experiences and mutual understanding, became a testament to the remarkable resilience of the human spirit. The scars, both visible and buried, became markers of a transformative journey that turned pain to strength. In their shared vulnerability, Jim and Sarah discovered the transformative power of forgiveness and the undeniable beauty that could emerge from the wrecking of the past. The healing process unfolded gradually, akin to the slow turning of pages in a book, revealing a story of redemption and renewal that unfolded with each shared moment. As time passed, Sarah's life blossomed, her career thrived, and the love she shared with her father served as a source of strength. The once abandoned girl had found her place in the world, surrounded by the love and acceptance she had yearned for. Sarah's office transformed into a haven of accomplishment. Her desk, adorned with photos that captured moments of joy and triumph, told a story of resilience and triumph over adversity. The colleagues who had once underestimated her now wanted her guidance, recognizing the leader she had become. In the backdrop of success, Sarah and Jim celebrated the milestones, both personal and professional. The father and daughter, once lost in the vastness of life, now stood side by side, their shared journey a statement to the strength of love and resilience of the human spirit. In the quiet moments of reflection, Jim and Sarah marveled at the twists of fate that had brought them together. The father and daughter had navigated the winding paths of destiny to find each other. Gratitude filled their hearts as they embraced the second chance at a family, savoring the precious moments they thought were lost forever. The once forgotten orphan, now a beacon of strength and resilience, stood tall beside her father. Their story, etched in the annals of time, became a testament to the enduring power of love and the possibility of finding solace in the unlikeliest of places. However grateful for the twists of fate that had led them to each other, Jim and Sarah embraced the richness of their shared journey, ready to face whatever the future held, with hearts intertwined and spirits unbroken.